From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Sulaiman Aleda.
Hello and welcome tonight. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo threatens to withdraw from the PDP's party activities. Council polls hold in Anambra State for the first time since 1998 amidst protests. Algon asks states across the nation to conduct local government polls. And former Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon has died after spending 8 years in a coma.
And on business news tonight, financial analysts predict stricter monetary stance in 2014 ahead of CBN's Monetary Policy Committee meeting.
And in sports news, Nigeria Super Eagles begin their campaign at the 2014 African Nations Championship in South Africa on a losing note.
Well, we'll begin tonight from Anambra State, where INEC officials, party agents and the media have converged on the headquarters of the Anambra State Independent Electoral Commission, ANSEC, for the final collation of the results of the state council polls. Accreditation as well as voting started in most polling units around 12 p.m. With low turnout of voters in most of the polling units visited by correspondents, while the polls had to be extended to about 5 p.m. in some other places.
At Anako in Ayamilim local government area in Anambra North Senatorial District, there was a large turnout of voters, but election couldn't take place as the people protested the absence of result sheets. While the member representing Ayamilim constituency in the State House of Assembly described the situation as a rape of democracy, the transition chairman of the local government, who was in a hurry to leave the area, heaped the blame on the people.
The people here said nobody will move. The people around you here said Nigerians will not move. Since 8 o'clock they said nothing will move. They have gone to Oka and come back and they still said nothing will move. Will I move them?
What was their reason?
Ask them now.
In the grassroots of Anambra State, and by 2 p.m. of an election day, 11th day of January 2014, materials have not been distributed, materials have not been shared, and the ASEC officials, I'm aware, have told you they don't have result sheets.
Moving on to Achala, the headquarters of Oka North local government area in Anambra Central Senatorial Zone, it was a bad situation as vehicles with materials were ready for movement, but all the supervisory presiding officers were nowhere to be found.
We have told the EO that the rule is that she has the power to change who didn't show up. She has refused to change them. So they are holding us to ransom. It shows that something is fishy, something is going on somewhere. But we are here, we are the masses. What they have to know is that this election involves the king's men. This election involves the grassroots. And the people have been contesting this election since 2002. So they will know that a lot of people have invested resources. People have even died in the contest. All we are saying is that try to be fair.
The situation at Dunukofia wasn't even better either. People gathered in groups and obviously not happy with the development. Complaints came from ad hoc staffs who were asked to convey their materials to their wards on foot in the absence of vehicles. Here, a heavy security presence prevailed. At Njikoka local government headquarters, there were signs of materials being moved to the wards. While the electoral officer explained that the late arrival of vehicles contributed to the delay, one of the consulship candidates from Nimo maintained that the delay was a usual occurrence and will not in any way mar the election.
Everything is under control, and the materials arrived yesterday. And as you can see, everywhere is calm. People are behaving themselves well, and we don't anticipate any problems.
Just very shortly, they will all move. We've all assembled all the materials.
Finally, voting began in Anambra ward of Prince Memorial High School and General Hospital Onitsha, all in Onitsha North local government area. But that was in the afternoon. 21 chairmen and 327 councillors will emerge after this all-important election, which was conducted last in 1998 and in which over 400 million naira has been expended on the conduct. With all of these developments on the election, many in Anambra now question the credibility of the polls.
Party in Anambra State, however, has a contrary view as to how the polls were conducted. Governor Peter Obi, who also voted in 3 polls, commends INEC for what he describes as a transparent polls and that those who disagree with their acts were wrong.
It's very peaceful. It's very quiet. People have called me from everywhere in the state, and they say the same thing. But I'm not an independent observer. As you know, being the governor of the state, I would say what they're doing is going on very well. Well, the people are voting here. You saw them voting, the turnout is heavy, so what calculate, what attempt again? And people will always give you excuse when there's election. The election is going on peaceful, and it's well organized, and I thank those who did that. It has nothing to do with us as a party. There's an independent body that is conducting this election. We have struggled and did everything possible to conduct this election over the years, and each time it's scuttled by one group of people or the other for the reasons best known to them. So for me personally, what is happening today, I think, is a positive move, a positive thing for the state.
Well, meanwhile, the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, says it would work with other tiers of government to ensure that council polls are conducted in every state of the Federation. While addressing journalists in Abuja, the president of the association, Mr. Nwabueze Okafor, emphasized that it would also continue to canvass for local government autonomy in Nigeria. He adds that this is the only way to ensure grassroots development and the deepening of democracy in the country.
We have resolved want to partner with different tiers of government, the state governments and the federal government to strengthen our democracy, because we know that our democracy will be deepened. We ensure that the right of our people to represent them at this lowest, the most critical level of government is upheld and sustained. That's why we always continue to advocate for democratically elected councils as enshrined in Section 71 of our Constitution. So it has been our position, it will continue to be the position and the Association of Local Government of Nigeria, our advocacy and union results for the 11 states that have democratically elected councils about to be approaching 1920. We, as an association, we have different views and we look at things from different perspectives. We always remain one. We are united in our resolve to have a better local government system in Nigeria.
Now, staying on the issue of elections, the Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE, is making a case for the deployment of electronic voting system for the 2015 general elections. The group is therefore requesting the president to direct the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to liaise with engineering bodies in the country to explore that possibility. At his investiture as the 29th president of the NSE, Mr. Ademola Olorunfemi explained that the society has already developed an electronic voting system which was deployed for the election of its executives in 2013.
Family, friends, and members of the Engineering Society of Nigeria witnessing the investiture of the 29th President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. The new president, who is a special advisor to the Ondo State Governor on Agriculture, listed the agenda for his tenure. Among them is a plan to push for the use of electronic voting system as developed by the Nigerian engineers in the next general election.
May I therefore call respectful the federal government and the president, please direct INEC to liaise with other concerts as well as engineers with a view to exploiting e-voting as developed by the engineers of Nigerians for the next elections.
For the federal government, engineering remains a key aspect of the nation's infrastructure development.
We need a guide, we need a master plan, and it is on the basis of that that Mr. President has asked us in the National Planning Commission to midwife and deliver on that. That is a project, that is a master plan that we'll see also in the next 30 years to address the gaps that we have in delivery of infrastructure, to address the funding issues, to address the program, articulated program.
The society is hoping to develop a national engineering strategic plan which will build a value-driven production economy.
Well, in part two after the break, the Ekiti state government reels out what it describes as a scorecard of achievements. Please stay with us.